And what happens to your favorite Sesame Street character when their time in the neighborhood is over? Maybe they go to Avenue Q. MSNBC's Allison Stewart tells you what and where that is next. This is a new Broadway musical. It has what some people are sort of saying is a twisted take on the classic kids show Sesame Street. And as MSNBC's Allison Stewart discovered, the characters and the storyline, they're all grown up now.
If we all could just admit that we are racist a little bit, even though we all know that it's wrong.
For someone who's watching this at home in, how do you do, Ohio, is this a puppet show or is this a musical?
It's a musical comedy.
It's a great musical that happens to have some really cool puppets.
If you were gay, I'd shout, hooray!
I think it's interesting that there are all these sort of pointed political commentary coming from these little fuzzy people. And somehow that makes it more acceptable.
If it were me,
Anytime you're laughing, you're remembering the lesson much better than being preached at.
Sticks and stones, Kate Monster.
Have you had any problems with lawsuits, any sort of legal issues with the Henson people or the Muppet people at all?
I think everyone is really engaged by these characters. These are obviously not the Henson characters at all.
That is gross. You're a pervert.
Can you describe Kate Monster's personality? Who is she?
Kate Monster, I like to call her Mary Tyler Moore and Rhoda all wrapped up into one. Because she is sort of that single career gal in the big city looking for love.
if you were gay, that'd be okay.
Rod.
Rod is an uptight investment banker. He's about 29 years old, and he's sort of been living a lie his whole life because since he's so uptight, and his life has been so scripted from day one, he's been able to live his entire life without admitting to himself that he's gay.
You were just born that way, and as they say, it's in your DNA. You're gay. If you were gay.
How about Trekkie Monster?
Trekkie Monster's like a hermit, and he lives in his apartment surfing the web for porn every day.
Internet is for porn. The internet is for porn. Why you think the net was born? Porn, porn, porn.
How do you think Sesame Street relates to your life in Avenue Q?
Well, I think we're always learning. I mean, everybody's always learning about things, and whether you're learning how to tie your shoe or say the alphabet or learning how men suck, really, I mean, it's all the same thing. It's just you're learning lessons that they don't teach you in college.
You have no idea.
Why do you think this show is connecting with people?
A lot of the songs sort of speak the truths that you can't necessarily say when you don't have a puppet on your arm. Like, everyone's a little bit racist. When that song is performed without puppets, sometimes can be perceived of as a little bit mean, a little bit over the line.
You're a little bit racist. Well, you're a little bit too.
We're all a little bit racist.
A little bit racist. When that song is performed without puppets, sometimes can be perceived of as a little bit mean, a little bit over the line.
You're a little bit racist. Well, you're a little bit too.
We're all a little bit racist.
I think that I would have to agree with you.
Puppets are sort of the Trojan horse, I like to think of them, and they're our way in. Once you get the audience hooked, you can tell them all kinds of truths and they'll happily go with you, and I think that's part of why it's connecting to people.
Show's called Avenue Q. Bert and Ernie. I also watched The Electric Company, too. I do remember all